I bet you didn't know these 7 common foods were actually making your enlarged prostate symptoms worse. Welcome, everyone! Quick question, do you know which foods could be making your enlarged prostate symptoms worse? You might be surprised by some of the culprits on our list today. Managing your diet plays a pivotal role in controlling this condition, and we're here to show you how. When your prostate becomes enlarged, a condition known medically as benign prostatic hyperplasia, or BPH, it can lead to uncomfortable and often frustrating symptoms. But did you know that what you eat significantly impacts these symptoms? Today, we're diving deep into the foods that might be exacerbating your condition without you even realizing it. Let's talk about what you might be experiencing. Frequent urges to urinate, difficulty starting urination, weak urine stream, or feeling like your bladder isn't completely empty. Sound familiar? These are common signs of an enlarged prostate. And while medication and lifestyle changes are often recommended, adjusting your diet is a powerful way to help manage these symptoms. Think about the last meal you had. Did it include any spicy or fried foods? What about dairy or red meat? These might be some of your favorites, but they could also be contributing to your discomfort. By understanding which foods can irritate your prostate, you can make informed decisions that help alleviate symptoms and improve your quality of life. So let's take a closer look at these 7 foods, understand why they impact your prostate health, and explore healthier alternatives that can make a big difference. Are you ready? Let's get started. Number 1, red meat. First on our list is red meat. Now, I know that for many of us, a juicy steak or a hearty beef burger is hard to resist. But did you know that consuming large amounts of red meat can actually be tough on your prostate health? Here's why. Red meat is known to potentially increase inflammation throughout the body, including the prostate. Research has shown that high levels of red meat consumption are linked with a greater risk of developing further complications related to an enlarged prostate. This isn't just about the immediate symptoms, it's about the long-term health of your prostate. So what can you do about it? Well, it's not about cutting out your favorite foods completely. It's about balance and making smarter choices to support your health. Consider reducing the amount of red meat in your diet and introducing more lean proteins. Fish, chicken, and plant-based proteins aren't just good for your prostate. They're great for your overall health. These foods are lower in saturated fats and richer in essential nutrients that can help reduce inflammation. Making this switch can be easier than you think. How about grilled salmon tonight instead of that steak? Your prostate might just thank you. Number 2, dairy products. Moving on to our second item, dairy products. Milk, cheese, and yogurt are staples in many diets, but for some men dealing with an enlarged prostate, these foods could be making symptoms worse. Dairy products contain certain hormones and inflammatory substances that might aggravate prostate issues. Studies suggest that high consumption of dairy can be linked with increased risk of prostate problems. This doesn't mean dairy is bad for everyone, but if you're noticing more frequent symptoms, it could be worth looking into your dairy intake. So, what's the move if you suspect dairy might be a part of the problem? Here's a suggestion. Consider cutting back on the amount of dairy you consume each day. Experiment for a few weeks. Replace cow's milk with almond, soy, or oat milk. Many find these alternatives not only delicious but also gentler on their bodies. And instead of cheese, maybe try nutritional yeast for that cheesy flavor without the dairy downside. Adjusting your diet this way might help alleviate some of those troublesome prostate symptoms. Plus, trying out new foods can be a fun and healthful journey, bringing variety to your meals and relief to your body. Number 3, caffeine. Next up is something many of us rely on to kickstart our mornings: caffeine. Found in coffee, tea, sodas, and even some over-the-counter medications, caffeine is a staple in our daily routine. However, if you're dealing with an enlarged prostate, caffeine might be more of a foe than a friend. Caffeine has a diuretic effect, which means it can make you urinate more frequently. This might not be ideal for those already struggling with urinary symptoms due to an enlarged prostate. Additionally, caffeine can irritate the bladder, exacerbating the urge to go and sometimes making it harder to control urination. So what can you do if you're noticing that your morning cup of coffee is followed by increased trips to the bathroom? It might be helpful to limit your caffeine intake. Start by reducing the number of caffeinated beverages you consume each day, and avoid them, especially in the hours leading up to bedtime. Instead, you could switch to decaffeinated options or herbal teas, which can be soothing and less likely to irritate your bladder. Making this change can significantly improve how you manage your urinary symptoms, giving you more control over your day and potentially reducing any discomfort associated with frequent bathroom visits. Number 4, spicy foods. Let's heat things up a bit. Well, actually, maybe we shouldn't if you're experiencing symptoms of an enlarged prostate. Our next focus is on spicy foods. While they add a kick to your meals and are beloved by many, they might not be so kind to your prostate health. Spicy foods can act as irritants to your bladder, similar to how they can irritate your digestive system. For someone with an enlarged prostate, this irritation can translate into increased urinary symptoms, such as a more frequent need to urinate or a burning sensation during urination. It's important to listen to your body, especially after meals. Have you ever noticed more discomfort or urgency with urination after a spicy meal? If you find that spicy foods seem to trigger or worsen your symptoms, it may be wise to avoid them. You don't have to give up flavor, though. There are plenty of herbs and mild spices that can flavor your food without causing discomfort. Consider using herbs like basil, oregano, or thyme to add aroma and taste to your dishes without the heat. Adjusting your spice tolerance isn't just about missing out. It's about finding new flavors that you can enjoy without discomfort. Experimenting with different herbs and spices can open up a whole new world of culinary delights that agree with your body. Number 5, alcohol. Now let's talk about alcohol. It's a common part of social gatherings and celebrations. But if you're battling symptoms of an enlarged prostate, you might want to reconsider how often you indulge. Alcohol is a diuretic, much like caffeine, which means it can increase the frequency of urination. More than just making you go more often, alcohol can irritate the bladder and exacerbate urinary symptoms. Additionally, it can interfere with the hormones that regulate prostate function and overall health. Ever noticed more trips to the bathroom or increased discomfort after a night out drinking? That could be your body telling you it's not too happy with alcohol. It might be beneficial to cut back on alcohol or eliminate it entirely to see if your symptoms improve. You don't have to cut out social events, but choosing non-alcoholic options or simply limiting your intake can make a big difference in how you feel. Reducing alcohol consumption isn't just good for your prostate. It's good for your overall health. It can lead to better sleep, more energy, and improved mood. So, next time you're at an event, consider a mocktail or a sparkling water as a refreshing alternative that your prostate will thank you for. Number 6, refined sugars and carbohydrates. Moving on to a sweet topic with not-so-sweet effects on your health. Refined sugars and carbohydrates. These are found in many foods we eat daily, from breads and pastries to sodas and snacks. While they can provide quick energy, refined sugars and highly processed carbohydrates are known to trigger inflammation in the body. This inflammation isn't just bad for your waistline. It can also exacerbate symptoms associated with an enlarged prostate, like inflammation around the prostate itself. Have you ever felt particularly uncomfortable or noticed your symptoms flaring up after a sugary treat or a carb-heavy meal? That could be your body reacting to these inflammatory foods. To help manage and possibly reduce these symptoms, consider making a shift in your diet. Start by cutting down on refined sugars. Think about reducing your intake of sweets, sugary drinks, and even white bread. Instead, opt for whole grains like oats, quinoa, and whole wheat bread. These not only help manage inflammation, but also provide more sustained energy and keep you feeling fuller longer. Making these changes can have a profound effect not only on your prostate health, but also on your overall energy levels and health. It's about creating a diet that nourishes you without exacerbating your symptoms. Number 7, fried foods. Last on our list, but certainly not least in impact, are fried foods. Delicious as they may be, they come with a cost, especially for those dealing with an enlarged prostate. Fried foods are typically high in unhealthy fats, which can increase inflammation throughout the body. This is not just an issue for your heart health, but can also worsen the symptoms associated with benign prostatic hyperplasia, or BPH. The oils and fats used in frying can trigger more intense symptoms, making management of your condition more challenging. Think about how you feel after indulging in a meal heavy in fried foods, perhaps more sluggish and uncomfortable. That's your body reacting to the overload of fats that are hard to process and likely aggravating your prostate. To help keep your prostate symptoms in check, try to limit or completely avoid fried foods. Instead, explore healthier cooking methods that retain flavor without the extra fat. Baking, grilling, steaming, or even air frying can create delicious meals without the adverse effects on your prostate health. Incorporating these healthier cooking methods can not only improve your prostate health but also benefit your overall well-being. It's about making choices that help you live a fuller, more comfortable life. Today we've covered 7 foods that might be making your enlarged prostate symptoms worse. It's important to monitor how different foods affect your body and adjust your diet accordingly. If you found this information useful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon for more health tips. Also, consider consulting your doctor or a nutritionist to develop a diet plan that's right for you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay healthy!